welcome to another episode of For Wales, See Wales with me, Eluned Morgan.
Me, Owen.
And me, Will Hayward.
Welcome back.
How are we all doing?
Pretty good.
I went to a very good gig last night.
Did you? I went to quite a mediocre gig last night.
I was at this. I was the gig.
You were. It was phenomenal.
Robin Morgan live.
Live.
Yeah, I mean everybody in the South Wales area, everyone in the CF postcode was there. It was around.
There was all the movers and shakers.
Yes, It was great. Let's Overshare. That's what it was called.
Let's Overshare. That's
your home gig.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy a home gig?
It has like a weird extra tension to it because I knew a lot of the people there. There was like mums on the school run. My parents were there. My brother was there. My wife was there.
Some of the mums on the school run were sat behind me.
Oh, really?
Oh, were they?
They love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very unthreatening. That's why.
I'm sure, yeah. Are you the one though? Because you're such a hands-on dad as well. Do you get a lot of the dad praise? Like, oh, he is good.
Oh yeah,
just doing the bare fucking minimum.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You love it.
Yeah,
they're like, and I bet they go home to their husband and they're like, that Robin just does so much, and all the husbands are like, this fucking Robin.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll step up then.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe step up.
Exactly. Maybe look after your own kids.
Actually, I wouldn't like that. Stay down there. Let me have the praise.
Would you sold out?
I sold it out.
Sold out the venue. You didn't sell out. To
Big
oil.
The whole show was sponsored by Gazprom. I really went for it.
Do you know what else could sell out?
What's that?
The For Wales, See Wales live show.
At that same venue.
Same venue.
And it's a big boy venue as well.
Yes.
We're talking hundreds, multiple hundreds.
Yeah, we're selling very well for it. So it's Saturday the 23rd of May, a matinee show, a Saturday matinee.
Yeah, what time is it actually?
So I believe 12 o'clock doors, I think that's it.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
around there.
That's a nice time.
Yeah, so it will be a couple of weeks after the Senedd election result, 2 weeks and 1 day. So we'll have seen sort of the dust settle, and we can work out what's been going on, and I think there'll be some sort of hot takes and some things that we've seen in the run up to it. But it is looking really busy. So thank you everybody who's already got tickets. If you would like to get a ticket, I think act quick because it's going up quite sharply each week.
And we just also it's already our most sold one. I believe that's correct. And
nearly
also,
double what we sold in the last one.
This is crazy, right? And also like we just know this election's going to be spicy either way.
Yeah.
So like I think there'll be so much to dissect, and I imagine so much that we can't put in the actual pod.
Right, sure.
You know, especially you, Will. Like, I'm no pressure, but you need to come with some.
We'll have some good intel from all the counts
yes,
and stuff.
Yes, please. Yes.
Do you know what it will be more fun than? Wanking with a razor.
Oh, sorry.
Will, a wonderful link into the bit of news we're going to be talking about.
Yep, just a brief one to start with. I shared it on social media. A wonderfully articulate gentleman from Wales had shared his ring doorbell footage of a canvasser, a Reform campaigner, staff member, Zach Weaver, formerly of the Conservatives till a couple of weeks ago.
Zach Weaver's a great name.
Yeah. And any relation to Jackie Weaver, do we think?
Shit.
Do we remember Jackie Weaver?
You have no authority.
You have no authority at all.
Well, did Zach Weaver have any authority?
Zach Weaver didn't have authority. He did have good humour.
Okay,
I'll give him that.
Good.
I'll give him that. So Zach Weaver had defected from, he was a Tory staffer in the Senedd, one of the key people delivering stuff for the Tories. The week before the Tory manifesto came out, he defected to Reform.
Around the same time as James Evans?
This was a bit after James Evans.
Right.
A bit after James Evans. The thing about it was he was running for the Conservatives in the Penarth Town Council by-election at the time, but because it was too late for him to stop being a Tory and change to Reform on the ballot paper, he won as a Tory, but then immediately the next morning defected to Reform.
Next day.
Morally, obviously you'd want a by-election because it's like, well, no, people voted for a Tory, right? And they're not getting it. But it's like, in terms of the rules, he doesn't have to, does he?
Nope.
That is mad. Sorry, there's something off there.
But is that just like an old-fashioned rule because defections weren't that common X amount of years ago? But it feels like there's so many
the principle will be that in our democracy in the UK, especially in local and Westminster elections, you're voting not in the coming Senedd elections, but you are voting for the candidate.
Yeah.
And so you voted for that candidate. It's a representative democracy. They're representing you the way they best see fit, and he saw fit the day after to go to Reform. But he was leafleting.
Yes.
For Reform.
Let's play the clip.
Hello.
Hi, Sizeball. Have you missed out of your local Reform scheme ahead of the election next month? Just checking if you might consider voting for Reform at all.
Absolutely not. No thanks. I'd rather wank with a razor.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely fine, no?
No problem. Have a nice day.
And you too.
What a quick comeback.
Yeah.
You don't know who it is. I mean, it was great.
Wank
What
with a razor.
Oh, I mean, there's some writers' rooms coming up, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I will say, though, this Zach took it well. You know?
So this clip went absolutely wild. I think it got 2 million on TikTok, got 1 million on Instagram.
Wow.
It got serious traffic. And I think part of it was because it was all good-humoured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've had, when you're canvassing, even if people don't dislike your party gravely, no one wants to be bothered. Do you know what I mean? Nobody wants it. So I've had the door slammed in my face so many times. Like, it's a given, right? And people are just impatient, rude, that kind of thing. Generally, I would say. But like this clip, weirdly, it's not wholesome, but it's not horrid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it airs more on the side of wholesome, which is bizarre when we're talking about wanking with a razor. But I think, it's quite nice.
Basically, this man found reform so reprehensible he would rather take a razor to his genitalia.
Yeah.
And yet was able to say, have a nice day. And the other guy was say, okay,
too.
thanks.
You too. That also kind of is what politics should be. I don't
Sure.
agree with you. I've made that known in a very kind of clear way.
I'm
but
now a eunuch.
Yeah, I'm now a eunuch because of you. Have a lovely day, and you bye.
I've been watching a lot of the telly debates over the last couple of weeks, and it just feels like that side of politics is just so nitpicky. Can I finish? Actually, can I finish? You're speaking of me. Can I finish? And no one wants that. No one enjoys that.
Okay, I'm finished.
Yeah, okay, I'm finished. It's no one enjoys that.
No.
More of this. We should have, rather than question time, let's release all Ring doorbell footage of people getting essentially heckled and see how they deal with it. I think that's the measure of a person.
I watched Question Time for the first time in a while, actually.
Yeah.
Last week because the Welsh one.
Well, Eluned Morgan wasn't on it.
No.
No, interesting, because I messaged you guys to be like, where is she?
Yeah.
And why isn't she there? I mean, so many questions. I don't know if you've got any info as to like why she wasn't there. Like, she's the only party leader that wasn't.
She was the only party leader who wasn't. That same evening, she was doing a Facebook Q&A, which I think
had 3 viewers when I checked. No, genuine, I'm not being facetious. Genuinely, I was one of 3.
I was the other. Oh, it was us. It was us. Right, okay.
It was us 3. It was just us 3 watching it.
Imagine us talking to each other in the comments like, Will, is that you?
Slay!
Slay Queen.
What podcast would you recommend?
I was just going to say, I just think the format of Question, it really served its purpose at a time. I really just didn't enjoy it. I think I hoovered at one point. I was just so bored.
I don't think it's a venture in search of answers and clarity.
No,
I think it's who can get the biggest clap.
Yeah.
Which does sound like what used to happen down the docks in Cardiff.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, but compare that to the nice comments that we get about like our Senedd episodes when we go in and let people speak about stuff, and you can actually hear like you don't know what really people stand for, and it's so hard to get your opinion away and those kind of things when you've got other people just jibing and they're just trying to point score and they're trying to get in their pre-prepared jokes and stuff.
I actually think Fiona Bruce posts it as well as you possibly can.
She really does a good job.
I think it's a really hard gig. So the reason I think Eluned Morgan wasn't there, I don't know.
What are the options here?
So the options are she didn't want to do it. She had a family commitment that meant she had to be at home. That could perfectly be the case. Yeah. So the Facebook wasn't exactly at the same time. But
She had someone picking something up from Marketplace. They said they're going to do 7 till 8. It's a wardrobe, so we've got to stay in for it.
You might think that perhaps because she's on for such a tight fight for her seat, that this was quite a local area focus Q&A. It was on the environment, but it would have been focused on stuff with constituency. She might have felt that was better use of her time. And it also could have been that there's no way that she feared a knockout blow. Like she feared going on.
Oh, well, is it? How do you defend it?
Yeah, you go, if she goes on and gets absolutely like chastised and just destroyed, it just hurts them even more. Or perhaps they're going, I mean, this is I don't think this is like what happened, but it could be. What if they said she's going to lose her seat, we need to give Hugh or Anchor Davis a bigger profile?
Oh.
Which would make sense. I mean, is there another possibility where she's like, I'm out soon. Why am I going to go and get flogged on BBC One prime time? Let Hugh do it. Let me go on Facebook with the Huns. Like, and we're the Huns, by the way. We were the
Yeah.
And do you know what? Like, I almost like don't. when I say that, I'm not being facetious because I kind of wouldn't blame her. On the one hand, you should be fighting to the end. You're the leader of this party. You're the leader of this nation. You should be going on and being accountable for the things your party has got wrong. Is it possible that Hugh Ranker-Davies is a better person, a better orator, a better person to kind of be up there and fighting
The thing is,
the fight?
if Eluned Morgan is anything, she can talk.
Yeah.
She is someone who fronts up, and she's been very keen to say that she's up for this fight. We don't know why she decided not to do it. I just think it was probably a missed opportunity.
Yeah, the optics were quite strange, weren't they?
Do you want to talk about strange optics? Let me talk to you about two people who are rerunning for the Senate this year. Do you remember Rhys Owen,
Oh, I recognise the name.
the artist formerly known as Applied Cymru MS?
Oh, that guy.
Can I see a pic?
You can see a pic. He is the gentleman on the left. So
You'll remember him.
Sorry to that man.
With a core. Sorry.
So Mr. Owen was elected to the Senate in 2021. He was elected for the South Wales Central seat from the Plaid list. But in 2024, the Standards Watchdog found he had inappropriately touched and sworn at two women while drunk on a night out.
Oh, I remember.
Yep. Following a meeting of the Standards Committee, he admitted the offences, which he previously denied. This resulted in a 6-week ban from the Senate. The man next to him is Russell George. So Russell George was elected in 2011 as a Conservative MS from Montgomeryshire, and he became known to really anyone during the 2024 general election because, do you remember the controversy around the alleged betting offences?
Yeah.
So he's been charged with betting offences. He's awaiting trial. Now, both of these men are not in their party.
Suspended.
Removed from the party, gone.
Right.
But they've both decided to run for the Senate again. Which is weird because they've got no chance. So why would you go to all that effort to do it? Now, both of these men have said that they believe that they've had a feedback from constituents that they'd valued them as representatives. Now, I'm gonna put forward an alternative. I'm not saying this is why they're running again, but if this was why they're running again, I would not be surprised.
Right.
Okay.
So, let me just talk to you about what happens if you leave the Senate. So, if a Senate member does not stand for re-election, they are only entitled to a winding up payment of 2 months' salary. Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad, 2 months' salary.
Yeah.
But they're on 80k a year. However,
Christ.
if they seek re-election and are unsuccessful, they can claim a winding up payment worth 3 months' salary, plus they are able to claim a resettlement payment worth 1 month's pay for every year that they were an MS up to a maximum of 6 months' salary.
What the fuck?
So realistically, Russell George will get 9 months' pay if he runs and doesn't get in.
And that's for not winning and then not doing any of the work. By the way.
I mean, you can't make that money when you're betting.
So, maybe they're two principled men who are just want to best represent the constituents. Maybe they are two men who just want 6 months more of cash, which would add up to £40,000.
That's a wild rule.
And I would tentatively suggest that this is to get some sweet dollar.
Yeah, I mean, which is shameful. It is so shameful. Like, look, at the end of the day, we've all got to line our pockets. We've all got bills to pay, right? But, like, when it's the taxpayer, when you've also been suspended or had the wit removed because of things that you've done,
Yeah.
maybe have some morals. Do you know what I mean? Maybe don't keep rinsing the taxpayer.
Allegedly done in the case of Russell George.
Yeah, I mean, how can they sleep at night? On a lovely mattress, I'd imagine.
From John Lewis.
Yeah,
I think.
that's a good mattress.
Nice.
If you want to talk about some flexible messaging, let me direct you to something else.
His links today have been wonderful, haven't they?
I've got whiplash. We'll go around
Yeah.
quickly.
Let me show you a picture. Let me show you a leaflet. We'll show this on YouTube as well. What party would you say this leaflet is from?
Ooh,
So
your choice on 7th of May. Division and chaos.
Or a brighter future.
Oh.
For audio listeners who aren't going to go onto YouTube, this leaflet is green. Very, very, very green. The only colour on that, except for a tiny bit of black, is green.
Yeah, it's a green road sign, isn't it? That's what they're suggesting. You can either go straight ahead for division and chaos, or you can go right for a brighter future.
I mean, if it's got green all over it, the branding is giving green.
Or
obviously.
Plaid, right?
Yeah, or Plaid. Yes, yeah, or Plaid.
The chaos thing suggests it's like, okay, so you can carry on going ahead with division and chaos. So it's obviously not a Labour thing. That's what they're suggesting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
going right wing.
Ooh,
Come on
could
over.
be. Come on to the right.
Is it Glad? What's the other one? Reunite. What's that other one?
Restore.
Restore, of course, is.
We'll come to them.
Ooh.
But none of those.
No, it's a Lib Dem leaflet.
They're fucking mad with their leaflets, aren't they?
Do you remember last week when we said
Get a
that-
template, Jane Dodds.
Do you remember last week when they said
She's there on Canva by herself at night. Like,
For the free trial.
Yeah.
There's a watermark all over. I can only use the road sign template because that's the only one that's free.
So this is actually from the leaflet we mentioned last week where the
Right.
Lib Dem said 100% of polls agree
Yeah,
they can
sure.
win.
can I see it again, please? Because not one bit of this screams Lib Dem.
It does open up, and within it says Lib Dems.
Surprise! It's Jane Dodds as a pop-up.
You thought it was going to be green? It's us.
It's us, bitch.
Okay. I feel bad giving Jane a kicking every week, but she makes it so easy.
All right,
know
let's
what?
give someone else a kicking.
But can I say, I thought Jane Dodds was very good on the question time thing. I thought
yes.
she dealt very, very well.
What do you think she did well?
I think the fact that Eluned wasn't there, I think it was an incredibly male-heavy panel. I think she talks about 20 mile an hour very, very passionately against Dan Thomas and raised some points about it saving lives in a kind of very conversational, sensible way. And I think it got a nice reaction from the audience and stuff. I thought she did really well on it.
That's the thing. I think as a politician in a different time for the Lib Dems, I do wonder how much her star would have been shining. There's an ability to kind of be likeable and effective. And it's just really unfortunate that this is. But then again, it's the same for Eluned Morgan. I just think at a different time in the Labour Party, her career would have been so different.
Yeah, what I liked about Jane Dodds on the thing was that she rode there on a greyhound. That was really that was a nice,
Lovely
that was a nice
touch, right into the studio.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about another leaflet, which I saw over the weekend, which I did think was very funny? This one was from Natasha Asghar, the Conservative candidate in Newport. So,
Can I just say as an aside, when I was in an Uber on the way to our Senate episode record, the Uber driver did like, oh, what do you do? And I hate those conversations.
Sure.
And he was like, oh, do you work at the Senate? Then I was like, no. And he just took that as yes. And he was like, oh, well, do you know Natasha Asghar? And I was just like, well, I've met her, but I wouldn't say no. He was like, I love her. I love her. She's great. She's
wow.
got my vote. Love her.
it's a shame it's a system whereby you can't vote for a candidate. But
Yeah.
so she sent a letter to residents in the area, and the first line after "Dear Resident" was
That's personal.
So there's two bits which are handwritten. The first bit was "Dear Resident," and the second bit was Natasha Asghar at the bottom. But the second line was, "Newport isn't just where I live; it's who I am." She did run for mayor of London.
Yeah, I know she did it, and for whatever reason, I mean, what a mental choice. But it is really hard to keep bouncing back from it. It's like you did want to be mayor of London, though.
Same as Darren Miller, who ran as MP.
Yeah. No, I really do want to be First Minister, though. You don't.
But she added a PS to her letter.
Oh, that's cute.
I love a PS.
Yes, I love you.
PS. Don't forget your ID on the 7th of May. Don't need ID.
But that's confusing because some places you sometimes hear these stories of people not
Being turned away.
Yeah, being turned away for ID. But is that if you've got your polling card, you don't need ID?
No,
But
you
can't
no, you can. You don't need any ID.
There's going to be some officious prick there who's just like, well, how do I know that's you?
I found in the UK, people on polling stations tend to be pretty good. You go in, you say you are.
Yeah, but that's because you're Will Hayward.
Yeah.
You've got a pop-up banner with your face on it saying the
Yeah.
Will Hayward newsletter.
Be that as it may.
Everyone, oh, sorry, you going to the election booth must be like,
Wow.
yeah, he's doing it. The king is doing the
Yeah,
thing.
I can-
When we turn up,
I drink from this mug.
yeah. When we turn up, they're like, they're like roughing us up.
Marched out?
Yeah, why am I being frog marched out?
You don't need ID. You don't need a polling card. You turn up and you say you are and you vote.
Okay.
I would say take your polling card though.
I'd say take Natasha Asghar's ID.
Just go. Do you know what? I'm the mayor of London.
I was gonna be the mayor. Okay, I nearly became mayor
Yeah.
of London.
Where is? Do we know where she is on the list for Newport for the Tories?
She is top, I believe.
Good for her.
Yes, Natasha Asghar is at the top of the Casnewydd and Isloin constituency.
Good for her.
Yeah, and if my Uber driver has anything to go by, She's popular in the area. I just thought it was, it's not often, especially with MSs, that people know them by name.
Yeah, true.
And are enthusiastic about them,
Well, it's interesting you say that because we now have the full list of candidates and we can see who actually lives in the area. Which
Oh,
are
that's
represent.
fun.
Okay, so this research comes from a guy named Jack Davis, who is a young and up-and-coming journo currently studying the Masters at Cardiff University, but he's doing some work with me, and he's done some really interesting stuff where he's gone through all the lists for all 32 lists and looked at where people live.
Wow. Fair play.
So he's got the percentage of candidates that are not living in the area which we represent. Now, these are super constituencies.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so they're a big old area to not live in.
Yeah,
aren't they?
and what you tend to find if people don't have many people living in the area, it tends to be either they're parachuting in people they want, or they can't find anyone.
Yeah.
Did you ever, when you were with the Tories, did you ever get asked to be like a paper candidate anywhere?
Yeah.
To be honest, to be a what? Sorry.
Like a paper candidate is basically someone you put up in an area who has no chance of winning, but just so you can say you've put someone up in every seat.
And what's the benefit of that? Just the sort of
Well,
branding.
if you're the Lib Dems, the Tories, or Labour, Reform, in a Westminster election, it looks really bad if you can't even contest all of the seats.
Right.
So what you would do is, like I remember in Cardiff East in the general election, I chaired a hustings, and the Conservative candidate lived in Northampton
Okay.
because they were going to get like 2% of the vote.
And they'd still turned up.
No, they didn't turn up.
Right.
In was the Theresa May snap election 2019? What is it?
2017,
2017.
I think.
That was the one she called. That was the strong and stable.
Yeah, the one she fucked basically.
Yeah, the one where
2017.
Corbyn did better than expected.
Yeah.
2017.
The Tories did a massive parachuting in of female candidates. Because
Right.
they really wanted loads of female candidates, but did it in the most unorganic way. And instead of just from the ground up, kind of really encouraging the membership to have more women and kind of, no, it was just like, let's just bring in women from anywhere. Do you know a woman? Bring her in.
One of those pop-ups, like local women near you.
Great. Oh, brilliant. Get them on.
Hot, and they're hot as well.
And it was a disaster.
Didn't know what.
Because, well, a lot of the women did win, but then, all the men were livid because they were like, but we've been canvassing for 20 years here, and this Jenny come lately is coming in, and she's getting to... And it was just like men were refusing to go out and campaign for them, and it was, on the one hand, it's not how you do it. Do you know what I mean? If you want to increase equality, this isn't the way, but they really had a good go.
It was the worst of both worlds.
Literally, yeah. You know when you try and be the most woke that you become the most offensive in the room.
Right,
It was
okay.
one of
Yeah,
those.
all the time.
But yeah, anyway, so that was just my experience of those candidates being parachuted.
That's interesting.
So, the party which has the best ratio of people who are candidates who live in the constituency. So, Plaid have 105 candidates. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's only 96 seats. Why have they got 105? Most of the bigger parties have had backups, so they've put forward 8 candidates in an area.
Yeah.
And the reason being, imagine if you win 4 of the seats and then 3 people step down or die or whatever.
Okay.
Or somebody calls children cumpets on Twitter, that kind of thing.
Yeah. If you call someone a cumpet, yeah.
It's awful, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so bad.
It's one of those things as well which just gets worse with each hearing.
It stays with you.
I managed to get it out of my head, but yeah.
You're welcome.
So Plaid have 105 candidates and only 10 don't live in the constituencies.
Okay.
So that's 9%. 9% from out of area. The next two, Greens and Labour are pretty similar, both around 22%. Labour...
It's a big step up, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, from 9.
And it's because Plaid are just finding it easier to find people who want to run, ultimately.
Yeah.
Because, you
You want to back
they're
a winner,
polling best,
don't you?
yeah. So the Greens, 22 out of 96. Labour, 24 out of 108. Lib Dems, up to 26%. So 25 out of 96 out of area. The Tories, almost dead on 33%. So 32 out of 97. And then we have Reform, who are 40% from out of area. So 39 out of 96 don't live in the area of which they represent. Some of it is because they've had to move people around a lot because everyone just kept stepping down. Again, we're going to come to Restore in a minute. But when you're talking about, 2/5 of people don't live in that area, and there's no rules against it. And also,
Yeah.
if I was representing Cardiff East, but I lived in Cardiff West, I don't know how big a deal that is.
Okay.
But if you're running in Ceredigion and you live in Montgomeryshire,
And I think it is only a recent thing in British politics that we are judgmental of politicians not living in their constituencies, you know? And I think there is an argument that people can be an effective politician to an area that they don't live in. I would prefer my candidate to live in the area and be directly affected by the things that they are going to influence. I would prefer that. I mean, I would love for them to live in Wales. That would be great. Is there a rule that says they have to reside in Wales?
they do have to reside in Wales.
Okay.
Let's briefly talk about Restore, as we're on the topic very loosely.
Can we just say who Restore are? Because they're not like a common name for most people.
Restore are the party of Rupert Lowe, who was the former chairman of Southampton Football Club. He was a member of Reform. He has got some outspoken views. Let me just do Restore key policies.
Oh, God.
Okay. They are going to reverse mass immigration. They're going to reward the nation's grafters. Cool. I believe they want a referendum on the death penalty.
Stop. No, you're joking.
I think so. Let's have a look.
Wow.
Referendum. I was going to tell you how that referendum's going to go. Like, let's not have it, but let's not waste taxpayers' money, grafters' money.
So that's why that's the only context where he'll ever use the phrase slay.
If we had a referendum on the death penalty,
I made Mel laugh.
It was a good one.
I never make Mel laugh.
what do you reckon it would go, the percentages in the UK, if we had a referendum on the death penalty?
I don't think many people would vote because I don't think anyone cares. And everyone would be like, sorry, are we really voting about this?
I think some people would vote yes as a joke.
And then all of a sudden we've got it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Genuinely.
like boating boat face again.
Yeah, but a very severe one.
Yeah.
Deathy McDeath face.
I've gone on to their I've clicked on one of their objectives. I'm on the objective of make Britain safe again.
Oh, good, we should.
Let me give the headlines. We need to make Britain safe again. No nonsense policing is what we need to do. Widespread stop and search back.
Well, it's happening now.
That's not a
It's happening.
widespread stop and search back.
Back.
So just the back.
Just search the back.
Yeah, just search the back.
Friday night.
Accusations of racism will stop nothing, up to and including strict sentences for anyone caught carrying a knife.
Can you say that again? Sorry, I was enjoying my own joke.
To be fair, in your defence, this isn't a real
Yeah, because I can't really consume it.
Accusations of racism will stop nothing, comma, up to and including strict sentences for anyone caught carrying a knife. They will hold a binding referendum on restoring the death penalty. They will legalise pepper spray. They will crush the rape gangs.
Crush. I mean,
They will mandate CCTV in taxis.
do those rape gangs include Caucasian men? Or there's just Asians?
It's hard to tell because we're only searching the back of them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, great.
He's going to investigate food delivery companies.
Jay, my head is all over the place.
We're going to crush the rape gangs and pepper spray and food companies as well, actually.
It's just word vomit, genuinely, isn't it? It's like, sometimes if I got writer's block, I do this thing where I'm like, right, I'll set a timer for 2 minutes. I just need to write it. It doesn't need to make any sense.
Yeah.
Just get it and I'll look at it after. But the thing is, I then look at it after and make it into a coherent sentence. What the hell is this?
This feels like someone's TikTok algorithm, and it's just like going around. And food companies now, put that down. Pepper spray.
Look, me and my friends can't stop talking about pepper spray. It's a real hot topic. I'm glad someone's really talking about what people need. I'm really glad.
They've got some big plans for how they're going to fix the issues in education.
Okay.
End school holiday fines.
I thought you were going to say end school holidays. No more.
Teaching children how to write coherent sentences using grammar.
Big lol to the person who in the last in the last comments who said, "I'm so surprised they have planning meetings." But this wasn't actually a planned look down the rabbit hole that is Restore. But they have got some new representatives in Wales.
Cool.
So do you remember Brandon Dodd, who
Yeah, I know the name.
So he ran in no relation to Brain Dods.
Brain Dods. She is brainy.
No reaction to Brain. Jesus Christ! I can't believe I just slagged off Restore for that lack of sentences.
It's gone into your head.
So Brandon Dodd, we reported on last year. He ran for reform in the Vale of Glamorgan, and he was the councillor who, seemingly in the first 6 months, after saying that he would be the voice of the residents, didn't speak.
Said nothing.
Didn't turn
Said
up.
nothing. We did this whole thing about him having a new pencil case and everything. Yes, I remember now. Yeah, great.
So he has said something now, but in a statement. I joined Reform last year full of hope. I believed it would be the party for people who are disillusioned with politics, politicians, and the broken establishment. A real voice. I added that exclamation on voice. For ordinary, hard-working families who feel ignored and betrayed by Westminster and Cardiff Bay. Instead, over the short time I've been a member, Reform UK has morphed into exactly the same as, if not worse, than the tired old parties it once claimed to oppose. I can no longer, in good conscience, remain a member. This was not an easy decision, but staying would mean betraying the very principles that drove me into politics in the first place. So he is defecting to Restore.
A principled man.
The thing is, right, I do what they call a collective responsibility, right? When you're in a party and you don't agree with everything, it's going to be impossible for you to align on everything your party says. But there's an element if you go, okay, I've got to play the game, do it. I don't agree with everything.
Yeah, but I'm a grown up and you have conversations, right?
100%, right? There seems to be absolutely none of that with Reform because it isn't a party. It's not a party, it's a business. But it hasn't been built from the ground. It's just a lot of egos in one place.
Yeah.
Thinking they're the main character and their voices have to be heard.
I mean, his voice would be heard more if he spoke.
No, that is true. I'm sorry, Brandon. Yeah, it's just not surprising when it's a party run on ego and not on ethics. This is going to happen.
I disagree. I like Reform. I like Restore. I like Brandon. I think he's got a wonderful singing voice. If only he had the confidence to use it.
It's like the King's speech.
yeah. I mean, like, what are Restore going to get? They're going to get what, like 1%, 2% in places. They're not going to.
Well, they're not technically running in the Senate election.
Yeah, good for them.
But there are
They're
candidates.
too cool. I don't run.
There are candidates who are running as independents who are Restore adjacent.
But I mean, what's the point of that? Because they're not getting a payout because they're no longer Senate members. So why are they running? Just to sort of show that they can, so then they can sidestep into something else? What's the logic behind that?
Well, I mean, ultimately, they will argue that they believe in a set of policies and they want to run on those policies. And if people want to vote for them, they should have the opportunity to vote in that way because that's democracy. That's what they would argue.
Sure.
Would you guys like to talk about the Welsh Liberal Democrat manifesto?
Ooh, yes. The last one, right? The last one to be released.
Okay, so the Welsh Liberal Democrats have announced their party manifesto inside the Holiday Inn in Cardiff city centre.
It is a good Holiday Inn, that one.
I've never been to that Holiday Inn.
I like it.
Where is it?
Opposite the Castle Street, as if you're going to the top of Cathedral Road.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah, some of them are not great.
Sure.
But, if people come to Cardiff, I'm always like, that's a hidden gem.
Well, there we go. Jen Dods has absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
At the risk of appearing like we have a South Wales bias, Wrexham has a nice Premier Inn.
Does it?
It's all right.
Do you know, the Premier Inn in Caernarfon, it's really sad. When I go in there, they say, "Hi, Mel." That is how often I'm there. It's really sad. I'm going there this Friday and I hate it.
God.
I actually love Premier Inns. I think that's
You know what you're going to get, don't
Also,
you?
no dogs.
They
Yes.
ban dogs in there.
Travelodge do not ban dogs. By the amount of dog shit I see on the carpets.
It's not dog shit.
Oh!
So the Lib Dems, talking of dogs,
Like,
greyhounds,
Yeah,
greyhounds,
yeah,
greyhounds.
yeah,
Not a slight on the Lib Dems.
Yeah, well done.
Those dogs,
dogs.
those damn dogs. So the Welsh Liberal Democrats, the thing that they put really prominent, and they're clearly positioning themselves towards this, is to stop Welsh independence. So on the right-hand side, at the top of every page, in the header, it said, "Protect the NHS, stop independence." Every single
They're
one.
really coming out swinging on that. Am I naive for being surprised? I just didn't realise this was going to be such a strong stance from them.
Well, they are overtly unionist
Yeah.
in their start, but it's not been a kind of hang their hat on thing before, but they obviously see this as a way of differentiating themselves from the other parties, because we know from the polling that it's pretty brutal for them at the moment. The YouGov polling has suggested that they will maybe get completely wiped out. The recent polling from More in Common, we should actually say that as we record this, More in Common have just released some polling, and by the time you hear this, YouGov will have released some polling, so we will be analysing that next week.
When is the YouGov polling coming out?
It is coming out on Tuesday at 6 p.m. by ITV.
Set your alarms.
Set your subscriptions to the Will Hayward newsletter. Or ITV, who've commissioned the polling.
I don't believe it until it's in the newsletter. Personally.
No.
At the very start of their 48-page document, they said, "We believe that Wales is stronger and better off within the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom is stronger and better off with Wales in it. The Welsh Government and Welsh taxpayers' money should be focused on delivering for the people of Wales, not pursuing separation from the rest of the UK. We will not spend a single penny of Welsh Government money on the independence agenda. Instead, we will fight for a much fairer deal and stronger voice from Wales, for Wales within the UK." It's a good job I'm not the voice of Wales, isn't it? Welsh Liberal Democrats believe Wales should have much greater control of its own affairs through a federal UK where power is shared fairly across all nations. Now, federalism and change of the constitution are kind of core Liberal Democrat arguments. They have clearly looked at the political landscape and gone, right, Labour, declining force. Plaid Cymru, Greens, doing really well at the expense of Labour, but there will be some people who find the independent stance unpalatable.
Sure.
Those people are very unlikely to go to the Conservatives or Reform, because that is a big jump. If you're finding Labour a bit too right-wing, you're not that likely to jump over to the Tories and Reform. And so they are trying to offer themselves as a sensible middle ground.
Yeah, if anyone who's feeling politically homeless, you can go there. And I suppose also maybe for the Conservative voters who are despondent by those guys and don't want to go to Reform, traditionally Conservatives have gone over to Lib Dems, haven't they? So maybe it's that kind of, we can have a unionist grown-up party. That's who the Lib Dems are going to be for us.
One of their big policies was that they were going to increase the Welsh rates of income tax by 1p, which will raise about £300 million. And they will be putting that into social care. Now,
yeah,
raising taxes is never popular. The thing I did like about this is parties all pay lip service to the fact that we've got a kind of social care crisis, but also a much bigger problem coming down with our ageing population. And it was good to see a party put front and centre, we would make a hard decision in which to deal with this. So kudos to them for that. Did you see the interview she gave with Channel 4's Andy Davis?
I didn't know.
I'm going to play you it. If you don't follow Andy Davis from Channel 4, he's an excellent journalist, really good interviewer. I think the biggest difference between him and me and how we interview people is he will ask really hard questions and the politicians leave still liking him.
Right.
even though he's like broken them. They leave and go, Andy. When I do it, they're like, cocky little shit. Whereas Andy somehow manages to navigate it. So this was his interview with Jane Dods.
You've promised a lot here. How much will your tidal and hydro investment programme cost?
I don't have the figures and I don't know the Welsh budget, but let's just be clear. We had the opportunity 12, 15 years ago to develop the Swansea Tidal Lagoon, and we didn't.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's where we need to be now.
Okay, you don't know. How much will your business rates relief programme cost?
Again, I don't have the figures, but...
Your innovation investment fund?
We don't have the figures and we don't have everything fully costed. This is about us looking at the figures and the budgets going forward.
So why last September did you stand up in front of your conference and say you will have fully costed plans on childcare? Because I heard you earlier say you don't know how much your childcare offer would cost as well.
Issues like this change all the time, and we know that it's not just about revenue, it's about capital.
So they were costed and they're not now?
I got £30 million into the Welsh budget 18 months ago in order to expand the childcare programme. We want to go further, we want to go faster, we want to be more ambitious.
I understand that, but you did say last autumn that you had fully costed plans on your childcare offer. So what is the cost of this childcare offer?
We don't know because we don't have access to the figures. It changes all the time. We had a clear policy, but it's changed now and the costed plans have changed.
But I have to ask, with respect, how do you expect people to take this manifesto seriously if you don't know how much it's going to cost and where you're going to cut to make it happen?
I think most people know that if you don't have access to the costings and the finance and the budgets, you cannot say.
Can I point one thing out? Where, and this will probably be for the YouTube viewers, it is filmed in a room in the Holiday Inn where they probably held the manifesto. There's so many empty chairs around. It looks like she's been held back for a detention in school.
I thought it was in a school. I thought it was in a classroom. Yes.
I have a note from your mum here saying you do have the costings.
Yes.
But where are they? My greyhound ate them.
Yeah, there we go.
There
Nice,
we go.
nice. I mean, look, fully costed manifestos. There's not a single party who's done that.
No.
The IFS have criticised every single party, and I think
Unicorn was criticised.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and I think that's a real indictment of the fact that people aren't doing. I think that's a real shame and a low bench for what we should expect as voting citizens. I think that's basic. Sorry to bring back like a classic, but. I think that is a shame, but it's every one of them should be criticised.
You don't need line by line costings, but if you have a headline policy, you've got to have a ballpark figure of we could think it could cost between this and this.
Yeah, we need to know that they've costed it up before they promise it, right?
Yeah, because I think that's
generally
that's the issue with the trust in politics, isn't it? Just like if why should we believe you if you're saying this and then you're going to row back?
Yeah.
But I suppose that they also don't want to say things because then the figures will change. The economy is changing constantly depending on the president.
But you
social.
can say we believe that this is how much it will cost. We'll have to get in and see under the hood.
And they're also not going to have to do any of this, by the way. Remember that, because
the Lib Dems.
Yeah,
sure.
Are they going to waste their time doing that? No, because they're not going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Why am I going to do homework no one's going to mark?
Yeah. Yeah, my teacher's off sick. You should,
Why am I doing it? I'm not
for
gonna
a supply to mark this.
Come on
now, silly billies.
I would like to do a callback to last episode when we were talking about snakes eating animals.
Snakes eating animals?
Yes, and I said that I'd seen a snake, not with my own eyes, but on a documentary, eat a hippopotamus.
Yeah.
And there was doubt in the room, I will say.
Yeah.
And it made me doubt myself. And I had a couple of comments being like, Mel, you're crazy. And I went back and I consulted the footage. Now, I'm not...
I checked the CCTV.
I did. I checked my Ring doorbell.
I don't think your snake was costed.
Well, the costings were incorrect, I'll give you that. It was a baby hippo.
Okay.
It was a baby hippo. That's all. Well, right. I'm sending it and we're having it on the end of the F. Right?
How big is a baby hippo?
Much smaller than a hippo.
Sure.
It wasn't like a 2-day-old. Like, it was like a little teenager.
Like a toddler.
Yeah.
A hippo toddler.
Yeah. If I said I've got a man-sized poster,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be the size of a baby.
Sure.
Did I specify the age of the hippo? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under oath, she is not. She's fine.
I told no lies.
no
Okay.
lies.
I'm going to send you the footage later. You can see it's a chunky hippo.
I mean, there's not many skinny bitches when it comes to hippos, are there?
Please. Those are Zempic hippos out there.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it cleared up.
Okay, I'm sorry if I was sceptical about your clear lie.
I think it's nice we're doing sort of corrections and clarifications in every episode. Last week it was Parkinson being dead, and now you're doing hippos being eaten.
Yeah.
Good job people come for us this incredible politics analysis and.
Well, it is in the news actually this week because the Pablo Escobar hippos are being killed in Colombia, aren't they?
Oh, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
there was also Welsh hippo news where they found 120,000-year-old hippo bones under a castle in Pembrokeshire.
What?
I love that.
Wogan Cavern. They found prehistoric hippopotamus. Is.
I love that.
Hidden prehistoric hippo bones found under a Welsh castle called a once-in-a-lifetime discovery.
I might go to Pembrokeshire this. Mind you, do you think they're open to the public?
Adjacent to the hippo bones was a large and clearly very full snake.
Fuck off. Right, close the F.
It's good stuff.
Before I smack him.
Very, very fun. Nice whistle-stop tour of everything that's going on. We are 2 weeks away from polling day.
Oh, fuck.
That is
2 weeks,
incredible, isn't
14
it?
days.
Guys, we did this for the election. Do you know what I mean? We started this and we were like, we got an election coming up. I don't think we knew how big this election was actually going to be and how different it was going to make the landscape of Wales. and yet it's developed that way. And I'm super proud of us for starting this and for getting here, and I'm so excited that we're getting to the big day.
And super proud of the community, I think, that we built, and our lovely listeners. It's been great.
You don't know about this. We've got to give a shout out to a man that Will and I met last night, who at your gig, was donning a homemade bit of merch.
Yeah.
With your face on the front, saying the people of Aldershot, I think, deserve to live.
So I chatted to him at the end.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I've seen this T-shirt. I think it says...
That is a deep cut.
It's such a deep cut.
I don't remember saying this quote, but I don't remember saying a lot of the things I remember you saying it. I think people of Ashford or something.
Ashford, maybe.
Ashford, yeah.
And then on the back, it's your face.
Yes.
And your face, and you're telling Mel to watch out for the breakfast bar. Incredible homemade merch. Absolutely wonderful.
Brilliant. I'm ice skating.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim's on my shoulder. Yeah. I'm sure I mentioned it. I don't remember. I loved it.
But the fact, like, to make that T-shirt, you either iron that stuff on or you submit those designs to a printers. Can you imagine somebody going, "What the fuck is this?"
So I chatted to a really nice person on the stairs because there was a queue to get into your gig.
Yes.
And they were studying Devolution at Cardiff University, they were very big fans. I'm not going to name them because I don't know if they wanted me to. But
sure.
They were lovely.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
We've got a lovely community. Lots of people saying they can't wait for the live show. Can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Get your tickets now.
Awesome. This is a Heyman Media production. If you want podcast, video, pictures, contact Heyman Media. heymanmedia.co.uk. That's a thumbs up from producer Daryl.
I've been Mel Owen.
I've been Robin Morgan.
I'm Will Hayward.
Bye.
Bye.
Sure.